Hey guys, let's get more news from Steelers, but first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. The Steelers have an evaluation problem. As the saying goes, once is an accident, twice is a coincidence, and 3 times is a pattern. For the Pittsburgh Steelers, they're at 3. Don't just call it a pattern. It's a concern. When it comes to the draft, teams are going to miss. The only way to never whiff on a player is to trade all your picks and never turn the card in on anyone. It comes with the territory, and no team should be crushed by one wrong choice, unless it significantly alters the franchise, like a massive trade-up for a player or staking their claim on a franchise quarterback. But there has been a discouraging trend. On multiple mid-round draft picks, offensive and defensive linemen, the same questions linger. Where is this player's best fit? Is he at the right position? Let's walk through 3 recent examples on the Steelers' evaluation. Dotson's story has been told multiple times. A talented but frustrated player in 3 years with the Steelers, Pittsburgh moved him from playing exclusively right guard in college to left guard for most of his NFL. As a rookie, he played both spots. After David DeCastro's career ended in the spring of 2021, the Steelers had an opportunity to cement Dotson at right guard. Instead, they signed Trey Turner as a 1-year Band-Aid and kept Dotson on the left. Combination of Dotson shifting back to his natural spot, something he's pointed out, and a simpler and more freeing scheme helped unlock his potential. Something Pittsburgh didn't even try to do when they had the chance. They got some value out of the pick, but had the Steelers' evaluation been stronger, Dotson would probably still be a Steeler. What a disaster this pick was. No matter where he went, Green wasn't going to become the NFL's next great center. Or guard. Or fullback or anything. But you won't find a worse Steelers evaluation than theirs on Green. To recap. Mike Tomlin said they wanted a senior and experienced college center to step in and immediately replace Maurkice Pouncey. Green checked none of those boxes. Asking him to play center as a rookie was a reckless decision, stunting his and the offense's growth. They didn't even give themselves a veteran alternative, like they usually do, as a backup plan if Green wasn't performing how the team envisioned. After signing Mason Cole the following offseason, Green shifted to his natural home of left guard, where he primarily played at Illinois. He battled Dotson, but predictably lost, serving as a backup who didn't play his sophomore season. In 2023, the Steelers didn't know what to do with him. They moved him back to center, likely due to having worse depth, and tried him out at fullback in practice. Despite its success, they never used it in preseason action. Like Dotson, he was traded away, sent to Houston for a late-round flyer in 2025. While Green's 2023 campaign was cut short by injury, he looked better with the Texans, playing his natural spot of left guard and seeing success in their zone-heavy system. Steelers bringing in former Falcons head coach Arthur Smith for OC interview. The Pittsburgh Steelers are in need of a new offensive coordinator after moving on from Matt Canada midway through the regular season. There are plenty of exciting options available around the league, but Pittsburgh may want someone with experience calling plays. With that in mind, the Steelers are officially bringing former Atlanta Falcons head coach, Arthur Smith, into interview for the offensive coordinator position, per Tom Pelissero of the NFL Network. Smith is a highly sought-after candidate, as he's viewed around the league as a top play caller. Former Falcons coach Arthur Smith is interviewing today for the Steelers' offensive coordinator job, per sources. The offense didn't look all that terrible for the Falcons during Smith's tenure as head coach. His ultimate downfall was not utilizing his high draft pick skills players like Bijan Robinson, Drake London, and Kyle Pitts. Additionally, he hitched his wagon to Desmond Ridder and Taylor Heinicke, which isn't an ideal quarterback situation. Arthur Smith served as a great offensive coordinator for the Tennessee Titans before taking the Falcons' job. During his time in Tennessee, the Titans were a top offense in the league. Smith still has that potential as an offensive coordinator, which makes sense why the Steelers are interested in speaking with him. Pittsburgh has a plethora of exciting players on the offense. Najee Harris and Jaylen Warren form a strong rushing attack. Meanwhile, George Pickens, Pat Freiermuth, and Deontay Johnson are solid pass catchers. The quarterback situation isn't ideal right now. However, there's a chance the Steelers sign a veteran quarterback through free agency. Either way, no matter who the offensive coordinator is, they'll have plenty to work with next season. Steelers, Arthur Smith discuss OC job. Arthur Smith's name came up about coordinator jobs this week, though no teams were tied to the 3-year Falcons HC just yet. At least one is now. The Steelers will meet with Smith about their OC opening Sunday, NFL.com's Tom Pelissero reports. This marks Smith's first connection to a team since the Falcons began Black Monday, at 12:01 a.m. Eastern Time, by firing him. Pittsburgh just saw Smith's most recent employer interfere with its OC search, and Mike Tomlin will soon gauge the veteran playcaller's fit for his team. The Steelers are preparing to hire an OC from outside the organization. They have only done this once, Todd Haley, 2012, this century. Zach Robinson received a Steelers OC interview request, but he has instead committed to the Falcons. When Atlanta chose Raheem Morris over Bill Belichick, an immediate connection linked Robinson to following his recent Rams coworker to Georgia. That came to fruition, with the Falcons hiring the popular OC candidate. The Steelers have also interviewed Panthers OC Thomas Brown and Texans QB's coach Jared Johnson. While Smith's stock has dropped since he moved to the hot seat in Atlanta, it is not long ago he was an in-demand HC candidate. Essentially the 2021 coaching carousel's Ben Johnson equivalent, Smith chose the Falcons. He was unable to turn the team around, but even as Atlanta conducted a rebuild effort, Smith immediately had the team at 7-10 in back-to-back seasons, despite dead money piling up. The 7-10 mark the Falcons posted in 2023 looked a bit different, considering what they had invested in the team by this point. 2 ugly losses, to the Bears and Saints, prompted the Falcons to fire Smith. Smith, 41, has worked as an NFL playcaller for the past 5 seasons. His 2-year run as Titans OC, replacing Matt LaFleur, commanded extensive interest. The Titans journeyed to the 2019 AFC Championship game, rerouting their season after a 2-4 start. Smith was given appropriate credit for reviving Ryan Tannehill's career. Tannehill's 9.6 yards per attempt that season remains tied for 8th all-time, only Kurt Warner has bettered that mark in a season since the 1950s. Smith also unleashed Derrick Henry, with both of the bulldozing running backs' rushing titles coming during Smith's Tennessee play-calling tenure. The Falcons boasted the NFL's number 3 ranked rushing offense in 2022, largely under Marcus Mariota, but struggled consistently to pass during Mariota and Desmond Ridder's seasons as the primary quarterback. The Falcons ranked 26th in scoring offense this season. Considering the Steelers are again centering an offseason around Kenny Pickett development, Smith's recent past with QBs is notable. Given Smith's experience, however, it would surprise if he did not receive a second chance as a coordinator. And you fan, what do you think of the Arthur Smith situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.